Hi, my name's Dave, I'm also known as Infected Flinch, and yeah, I'm back. No, reason I'm doing this today actually, the Joysticks, love him, he's done a video on his top 10 favourite Atari ST songs in games. And, excuse me, there you go Evo. Yeah, his top 10 favourite songs in Atari ST games. Now, with me, I kind of like the idea, but as much as I like the Atari ST, I don't have 10 songs overall that I can think of that are great. But I've got different ones from all different genres, of all different types, of all different consoles over the years, where I've actually loved the songs from it. Now, just to let you know, the song behind me is Killer Instinct for the Game Boy. I never even knew it existed for that, but there you go. So, to begin with, let's start with number 10. Okay, so number 10 is from something we've already played, me and Stefan, but it's one of my favourite songs because it kind of takes the Can and Frere Jacques, and then Frere Jacques is in, like, you know, the French song, and decides to give it a bit of a metal twist, and it becomes this massive mess of brilliantness. It's very, very, you know, camp and very silly, but it's a great song. The guitars are over the top, but it all kind of adds to the whole idea that you're blowing up Paris. So take a listen. I think it's amazing. So yeah, number 9. So number 9, this one, released it today, if you're watching it today, because I got 175 subscribers. Thanks all. But no, it's from Star Fox / Starwing, depending on which side of the planet you're from. And it's Coneria, or Coneria, depending on how you want to pronounce it. That first song you know that gets played when you start the game, it pretty much just kicks you in the shins and says, come on, it's time to fight. Just the whole dramatic nature of it, and the way the SNES does it, I think it's great. When you kind of put it into an orchestral version, I think it loses something. I don't know why. As soon as you kind of make it with the synthesizers and just the stabs of staccato noise and stuff, I think it's great. It just kind of gets you in the mood to, like, say, yeah, let's blow some shit up. It's a great song. Give it a listen. Awesome. So, number 8. Number 8 is actually an Atari ST one. For number 8, it's actually the main theme song of Clacks. K-L-A-X, Clacks. And Don't ask me why. On the ST, I think it's just got a really cool beat. You know, it's just really electronic sounding, and it's just got a really cool synth bass line on there, and I think it's awesome. Give it a listen, because it's just one of these that you can kind of proper, if you heard it in a club, it'll probably get you dancing. So yeah, give it a listen. Okay, so number seven. It was a lost episode that we did a long time ago. I'm not kind of going with all the ones we've done as episodes, so don't worry about that. But this one is one of my all-time favourites. It's Fuchsia Cop, and it's the song that plays when you're on the training grounds, when you're on in the precinct assault mode. Fucking amazing tune, just over the top, grunge sounding, but just with lots of beats in there, and I don't know whether or not the quality is supposed to sound like that, but for some reason it just works. It's really good. Over the top violins and just mass amounts of beats in there, and it's one of these songs where it's like, it's time to go and fucking do things. Let's fucking do this, and it's awesome. Give it a listen. Right, number six. Number six is a bit left field, but bear with me here. So number six is actually from Nightmare Creatures. I loved Nightmare Creatures, I really did. And the guy who did the music for it, his name was El Mobo. I think it was Frederick Mott, I think his name was, his real name. But yeah, he's amazing. Some of the songs he's done over the years are really amazing. He's a French composer. He's amazing. Listen to some of his stuff, you'll love it. But one in particular I loved was, I think it was called The Sewer Monster. But it was like, it was rock hard, the game, anyway. But as soon as you saw this monster come out the floor with its tentacles and everything, this over-the-top organ-style rock music just belts out at you. And most of the songs from that point have been like whispers and just ambience and stuff. And then all of a sudden it just goes boom, have that. And it's fucking insane. It's just like, whoa. I mean, by now, today's standards, like what you'd see on the screen, you'd be like, oh, right, yeah, okay. But at the time, it was just this over-the-top, like, organ music, and just, like, it proper just makes you go completely insane. It's brilliant. Give it a listen, and enjoy. tally ho to number 5, so we're halfway through. So number 5. Number 5 is actually on the CDI, but it's not the game you think it is. It ain't Burn Cycle. In fact, oh, he is in there. Burn Cycle is in there, but yeah, you know where he's going to probably come up. But yeah, this one is actually from the game's 7th Guest, and it's a song called Skeletons in My Closet. It was made by the Fat Man. He had the group called Team Fat, and it's a real jazzy number. I love it. It's brilliant. It's just about this, you know, this. I think from what I understand from the lyrics, it's a woman who basically got shafted throughout her life and then didn't want any of her secrets to come out at the end of it. It's a really silly, over-the-top song, but it's great. I love it. And in terms of games, a song like that back in the day was a big thing. You know, I mean, it's a really catchy tune. It's just really weird and unexpected, and it just sits so well with that game anyway. So yeah, give this one a listen. I'm probably going to get flagged for this one, but I would say go and buy the game so you can get the soundtrack like I have, and cherish it, because it's such an odd soundtrack in itself, the 7th Guest, but it's brilliant. It's an awesome game. The puzzles are rock fucking solid sometimes, but it's just a very odd, strange concoction of different sounds and stuff, and it's brilliant. Give it a watch. Right, numero 4, so number 4. This one I haven't covered yet, but we really need to get round to playing it, because I had a friend who had this game, and I got it on the PlayStation 1, and it was good on the PlayStation 1, but it ultimately at heart was always PC. It's MDK, so Murder, I don't even know if it stood for Murder, Death, Kill, so MDK, and the song in particular, I mean, it's Tommy Tallarico anyway. He's fucking awesome with most games like Wild 9 and all the other stuff he's done over the years. But this one, with MDK, there was one song he did, and it was called Gunther Planet. And it's another song, I mean, this is the thing with, you're probably noticing with my list, it's just so dramatic, and it's so silly. The whole game is silly. I mean, like, he's throwing giant nuclear bombs at walls, and he has a dog with 4 arms that flies a plane. But no, this one particular song is just really cool, and it's just over the top again, and it just kind of sets up this whole planet that he's ended up on. It's Kurt. His name is Kurt. I just remembered it. And you're just snipering people, and it gets you in the mood. Even though there's this dramatic music, it just is astonishing. And yeah, give it a listen. It's great. Right, numero tres. Number 3. So, number 3. Right. Bit of a weird one, actually, because I don't think anybody would think this was going to be up here. It's from Worms 2, and it's called Yesterday's Hero. I think the guy who made it, is it Lynn Bajon? Bajon Lynn? It's one of the one, either way around. But it's a really slow-paced rock song. Well, it's not slow-paced. It just kind of chants, so it goes like that, and it just kind of just marches along. I mean, a lot of the soundtrack, a lot of the soundtrack in Worms 2, I find is better than all the other Worms that have come after it and before it. It's just all the songs are all really chilled out, but they're really menacing underneath. And that one, Yesterday's Hero, is the one where it's brilliant. It's just really chilled out. It's a good driving song, and I don't think they've really ever hit it again, Team 17, with that whole aspect of Worms and the soundtracks. They kind of got it right with the new version of Worms Armageddon, but I still think Worms 2, it's a brilliant game, and this particular song, it still sticks with me now. Even people who just played Worms on the side, they would remember this song because it chants, it basically gets in your head and you cannot get rid of it. It's brilliant. Okay, DOS, number 2. So, this one you would think would be number 1 with me because I'm a bit of a crack record. But it's not. It's actually Burn Cycle. It's the Karmic Church. Now, the Karmic Church song is basically the actual theme from the actual whole game, but it's slowed down and chilled out. It's got this really beautiful grand piano thing going off in it, and it's very early 90s. You can kind of tell it's a product of the time, but it's just, I don't know. There's this bit in the game where he's talking about how he's trying to think about what's happened to him, and there's this song that plays during that part, and it's hypnotic. It's one of the best songs in the whole thing. So yeah, see what you think. Right, okay, number 1. Nobody would have ever expected this, but I love this song a lot, and I cannot tell you why. I don't know whether or not it's because when I hear it, I can just annihilate other players out of the running as soon as I hear it. Now, there was a game that's still going on now in America that's still being made, and the English guys don't get it anymore. They only ever had one version of it, and I had it and I played it through. It had Paul Kay in it, who played Dennis Pennis. It's You Don't Know Jack. You didn't expect that for number 1, did you? Now, in particular, It's the actual Jack Attack music at the end. For some reason, I fucking adore that song, and I still do. I can hear it, and as soon, because basically with the last round you have like a clue, and you have a bit of text that comes out and, you know, like it's coming towards you, and you have to fit something with the clue. Now as soon as I hear that music, I'm fucking there. No one can win, and I just love that song. And they never really did that for all the other ones because I bought them all on Steam. But in what is the second volume for an American, which was our only one over here, and I know the Germans got it as well. I can't remember exactly what they had, but they had a few as well. But that particular Jack Attack music, I adored it, and I still do, and it's one of my all-time favourite songs, and I cannot tell you why. But give it a listen. It usually loops in the game. It only lasts about a minute when you take the whole thing in its entirety, but yeah, give it a listen. So there you have it. That's my top 10. There is a few honourable mentions though, which I wanted to put in there, but I couldn't really bring myself to do it. Excuse me again. One of which was the Poker Night 2 soundtrack, which, as you know, is actually part of my theme song for the nostalgia trips. I love all the songs in that. I think it's a great jazz, and Jared, is it Jared Emerson? I can't remember his full name. The guy who does it anyway, he does The Walking Dead and does the Fable, Wolf Among Us rather stuff. I think he's a talented musician. Give his stuff a listen, he's brilliant. Another one I was going to put in there was Crazy Ivan. Crazy Ivan was going to go in there, but I kind of went against it at the end. And the other one was, well, there was two actually. There was 9 Lives for Atari ST. It's a very, very, very repetitive song. That's the one. Words. I love it though because it gets you really into the mood of playing it, and that was going to go in there. And I never owned it back in the day. The original one, Warhawk, for the PS1. It had a really cool level music that you actually had, and I only ever had the demo, so I couldn't really throw that in as much as I wanted to. So anyway, there you go. That's my top 10. So why don't you do the same? I mean, Joyous Sticks has done it with Atari ST games, but why don't you do it with, well, like I did, any particular consoles? And tell me, what exactly do you like? And I would like to hear some of them, because I would like to see if there's actually any that I've never heard before, because it always interests me that, to be honest. But yeah, comment, like and subscribe as you normally do, and the fact there's been loads of new subscribers lately, thank you all. Also as well, I am going to be on the Retro Unlim stream tonight. I believe that's around 8:30, so if you are watching this in the future, it is Friday the 21st, I am on tonight, around 8:30ish, probably a bit later. I might have had a drink, but give us a watch, you know, love to see you there, if I can get everything working. So yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up. Is that how it works? Thumbs up.